Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. The City of Elkhorn and Town of Delavan Joint Extraterritorial Zoning Meeting, Thursday, August 1st, 5:30 p.m. Can we establish a quorum and do a roll call?
Sure. Boardman?
Here.
Stocko?
Here.
Watke?
Here.
Jedlicka?
She's not part of this anymore.
Okay, so who's the next person that's,
Hugh took the place.
how do you?
Hugh Shervat.
Well, I'll get the spelling later. Mulch? Larry?
He's not chairman.
Okay, and so then who's the other person?
Mary Nipper, Knipper.
Okay. So Nipper, and then what's the last name?
Charvat, Shervat.
You can call me.
You're here.
I'm here, though.
Thank you so much. Item number 3, I will ask for a motion and action to name a chairperson tonight.
Make a motion to appoint Jim Boardman, chairman.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, a
We need a
motion to adjourn into public hearing. Do we have a motion to just go to a public hearing?
Also move.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All interested parties. First, I will read the notification, which is hereby given that a public hearing will be held on or before the Extraterritorial Zoning Committee of the City of Elkhorn and the Town of Delavan on August 1st, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as matters may be heard in the council chambers, City Administration Offices, 311 Seymour Court, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, for the purpose of hearing all interested parties, their attorneys or agents with respect to the request submitted by Misty Quinn seeking to amend the zoning map to rezone approximately 10 acres located at 5711 Amos Road from A1 Primary Agricultural Land District to an A5 Rural Residential District. The property is more precisely identified by the following tax parcel ID number FD 300001, dated the 15th day of July 2024. Interested parties to be heard, or do you want to be heard first, Allison?
If the applicant would like to say anything, they can. They are here. If they don't need to speak or say anything, I'm happy to take it.
I guess we're here to answer any questions you might have. We're basically just looking to rezone so that we can maybe someday in the future build a house on the rear of the property. They're actually, as we speak, putting a cell phone tower less than 300 feet from our house, and we would like to be further away from the cell phone tower.
Thank you, Misty.
It's a formality that I have to ask 3 times. So is there anybody here wishing to be heard on the matter? Second call, is there anybody wishing to be heard? Third call, anybody wishing to be heard? Not, the public hearing is closed. Item 6 is discussion and recommendation of the zoning map amendment.
Yes, so as the applicant stated, they are requesting a rezone at 5711 Amos Road to rezone approximately 10 acres from A1 into an A5 district, which is a rural residential district. The A5 district has a decreased density of 40,000 square feet per lot versus the A1 district that required 35 acres. As you can tell, the way that they were zoned was A1. They did not even meet that 35 acres. But in the future, rezoning this parcel to A5 would allow them to then parcel off a section in the back and build a home potentially further away from that cell tower that is to be installed on the adjacent parcel. I believe the town of Delavan did recommend approval to the town board. and approval here this evening. If you have anything to add, you certainly can. Otherwise, I would recommend approval this evening as well.
The only question I had, and it was outstanding, although we took a vote and did approve it, we were not given the specific dimensions of this parcel until a survey is completed. So the question is that would not change what they're asking for, but is not available to us. And also it was stated that they would need a wetland area delineated. And again, that was not available to us at the time. These are things to be done. So I think we questioned, although we wanted it to proceed, we just didn't know if those were things that could delay getting this processed through.
I don't think so. And if and when the applicants are ever ready to parcel off a section of that to build a second home, they would likely come in for a CSM. But in addition to that, when they do come in to the zoning department with their building plans for the new construction of the home, we would ensure that at that time that they would be in full compliance, that any wetlands would be delineated, that they would be out of the wetland area, and that they would meet all setbacks.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Allison? In about 1995, the city of Elkhorn required that any new home have 5 acres. Is that still required under Elkhorn extraterritorial zoning?
No,
It's not.
no.
So anyone that wants to build a 40,000, or a home on a 40,000 square foot lot can do that now again?
Yes, they can, as long as they're zoned appropriately.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, we didn't know that it had changed back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Any further questions? If not, I expect the motion to either approve or disapprove of the Mystic Quinn applicant.
I move to approve the Jim and Misty Quinn application for rezoning of A1 to A5.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Now, second item, a motion to adjourn into a public hearing.
I'll second.
The notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held before the joint ETZ committee for the city of Elkhorn and town of Delavan on August 1st, 2024 at 5:30 PM or soon thereafter as matter may be heard in the council chambers. City Administration Offices, 311 Seymour Court, Elkhorn. For the purpose of hearing all interested parties and their attorneys or agents with respect to applications submitted by James Rettershot, JR Automotive LLC for a conditional use permit to allow auto sales and service. The property is more specifically identified by the following tax parcel ID FD 300009C. The city of Elkhorn will attempt to accommodate any one of the special needs the request are made in sufficient time in advance. Dated the 15th day of July 2024. Anybody wishing to be heard on the matter?
I don't really have much to say about it, other than I'm here to answer any questions that might arise from it.
Thank you.
You have anything to add, Ellison, or?
Yes, at this time, I could just add a little bit about the project history here. So the applicant, James, is requesting a conditional use permit to have auto sales and service operations at 5788 State Road 11 in the town of Delavan. Right now, there is an active and existing auto repair shop there. However, because the use is expanding by adding a new user to the site, I did request that the applicant fill out a conditional use permit so that we have this business operation on record. Given the fact that there is an operational business there already and that this is allowed by a conditional use, we have recommended approval this evening of this conditional use.
Okay, for the second time, anybody wishing to be heard on the matter? And third call, anybody wishing to be heard? If not, public hearing is closed. Discussion and recommendation, reference a conditional use permit. Any questions by the board? Yes, ma'am.
It wasn't entirely clear, although we were in support of this. Mr. Radishat, you are currently leasing this, is that correct?
Not till everything's approved.
Okay, but the owner is Farmarkis?
Yeah.
I was mostly interested, and this came up after your appearance at the Plan Commission, that I looked at this. Is the applicant, if the applicant is not the owner of the business, but someone who will be doing, is that the correct person to apply for a conditional use permit if you're not the owner? You don't currently own that property?
The tenant can apply for a conditional use permit.
A tenant can't, okay,
Yes.
that's what I was questioning.
Yep.
Okay. All right, that was just something I didn't question at the Plan Commission. Thank you for that clarification.
Is there any limit to the amount of cars that can be there?
Not currently. As I stated, the operation is already there. I don't know how many vehicles are on site currently, and I don't know how many vehicles James's operation would generate. If you could maybe speak to that a little bit about the amount of activity you would have on site.
Dan currently is focused on retail sales. I'm more wholesale driven, which means I don't intend to sell a lot to the public. It's usually fix it, take it to the auction and sell. So I have, at most, probably 10 vehicles to be on the property, so. And that would probably be in the back. They're in the building or in the back area. It wouldn't be out front where Dan's stores is.
Currently, those cars are in the front, though.
Yes, Dan's retail operation is right there by the road.
It's about 20 vehicles.
Yeah, there are about 20 this week.
I would expect the motion to either approve or disapprove.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. This will go to our next available council meeting for final approval
Like a month or something.
in a couple of weeks. Okay.
Do you have any updates or anything, Allison, or?
I do not have any updates.
Okay.
I actually, never mind. I will add, we do have a couple more ETZ items coming in the near future. So we will likely be having another meeting very soon.
Okay, nothing else to come before, then I'll move for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.